Well, after my last car camp, there is absolutely no chance that I am going to be leaving a little something behind this time. As it was my birthday on Friday, I thought we'd go for a Sunday night seaside car camp. So with that, we're off to the lovely Broadstairs. So even though we're going to the seaside, we're not going to have the same awesome sea views that we've had on certainly other car camps, mainly because all the car parks on the seafront cost an absolute fortune. So we're going to do some good old-fashioned stealth car camping, probably in a residential area, and we might see the sea if we're lucky. So the massive advantage of going car camping on a Sunday basically means that I'm able to leave home a lot earlier than usual, which in turn means we can have a nice little explore around Broadstairs when we get there. Well, something else I can do later is give you an update on my ongoing health dramas. This is where basically the free parking is in Broadstairs. Let's see what it's like, and importantly if it's flat. So it's this bit here, this is the free parking area. Well, we are here, but I'm going to have a look further down the road to see if there's somewhere flatter. Unfortunately, these spaces are not flat at all. They're about 6% out that way, and the other side of the road, while you have the nice coastal views, it looks like they're even worse going that way. So we'll have a little drive around and see if we can find somewhere better. Well, we've gone about 50 metres down the road on the other side of the road, and according to my iPhone level, we are only 2% out, and I can manage 2%. And to be honest, this is a much nicer view. So I think we'll go here. Well, I've changed again, and now I'm back on the other side of the road. Now, the reason why I've moved is because the car in front of me pulled off, and then I realised if all the cars go and it's only me on that side of the road, then it's not going to be as safe as being on this side of the road where there are cars parked normally. And the massive, huge advantage of being on this side of the road, as you would have seen, is that it is actually completely flat in all directions. Unbelievably. Well, now, although it's super early, I'm going to get the car all stealthed up now, so that'll be one less job to do later. And then what we're going to do is work out how we get back to Broadstairs, but I think it is that way. Well, I might not be directly on the seafront, but I'm only a hop and a skip away. where I've parked, the only parking restrictions affect motorhomes. So there's no motor caravan parking between 6 PM and 6 AM. But these kind of spots is what you basically find over the whole of the Kent coast. It's just that restriction, which means there's no problem for us car campers. So I can quite happily park where I am legally. But I did have one look at one car park in the town, and it wasn't quite as expensive as I thought it was. It's £6 overnight, but why pay £6 when you can park for free up the road? I might have remembered my cooker tonight, but this is definitely one of those places where I almost wish I hadn't, because there are loads of nice fish and chip shops and loads of nice restaurants, and the smells out here are absolutely lovely. But who wants takeaway anyway? Well, I'm pleasantly surprised with how Broadstairs was. Actually, it was perfect for the type of car camp that I do. I mean, I've been walking for about an hour and a half so far, and I'm about ready to head back to the car, but it is a really nice, pleasant place. And in the morning, the idea is to go for a run along the Viking Coast Way. Only a 5K, so not a long run, but yeah, we get to explore some more in the morning. But in the meantime, I think it is time to head back and walk through all the nice takeaway smells and go to the car and cook. So I've taken a slight detour on the way back to the car. I can't come all the way to the beach and not actually go on the beach. And at the moment, I think we're in a bit of the golden hour, because there is a lovely golden hue on the GoPro image. Well, I had to have a little half-hour snooze when I got back to the car, mainly because I was so tired, but I've had a nice little recharge and now I'm ready to get on with some coffee and some dinner. Well, as it was my birthday on Friday, I do have two new things in my car camping collection. The first one is this, but what is this? And the second thing is inside it, but I'll show you that later. But what is this? Well, to use this, we also use one of these. Now this is something else which I've bought for car camping a while ago, but never actually used. These are little hook things that you can hook into the side of the car to hang things down. And that's exactly what we're going to use this for. So this is the first time I've ever tried doing this in the car. Ready? Let's move you back over here. Ta-da! Although it's maybe not that secure in that hook in that place, so let me reposition it somewhere better. Okay, well for the moment I can actually hang it the same way I hang my lights, but what I need to get is another carabiner from home, then I can hang it down on a carabiner. But what this basically is, this is my new car camping kitchen cupboard, you could say. It's an idea that I've seen again on Japanese car camper videos, and basically it's a toiletry wash bag. But within this toiletry wash bag I have all my cooking bits. So I've got all my sauces, my coffees, my milks, my salts, my herbs, my stock cubes, emergency McDonald's salt and pepper pots. But you get the idea. Everything in here is everything that I use to cook with or make coffee with. the time? It's 7 o'clock. Let's treat ourselves and go caffeinated. And after everything that went wrong on my last car camp, not only have I made a point of making sure I pack my cooker, you've guessed it, we've also gone back to having the emergency noodle and the emergency porridge back in the car camping box. So never shall we be caught short again. Oh, and the can opener's in there as well. And the question I know that is on all of your lips is, what is Matt gonna make with his new cooker tonight? Well, to answer that question, we need to look at my car camping fridge. Hey, I've gone low tech. Good old fashioned freezer pack and a sandwich bag thingy. But in here we have dripping chicken. And actually looking inside my car camping fridge has reminded me that tomorrow morning we can do a proper full-on fried breakfast. We've got bacon, we've got eggs, we've got bread, which I remembered this time. We've even got tomato sauce in my new car camping pantry. But going back to food, so we have chicken, we have a packet of rice, loads of veg, because you know I all like my veg. And then what we're going to magically do, we're going to transform all of this into some rather nice chicken fried rice. So in my little bag here I have soy sauce, oyster sauce, sesame oil, and my little 1 cow fat spray. Oh, and a bit of 5 spice as well. Yeah, and a bit of 5 spice in the top. So let's start the prep and then go from there. Let me tell you a little story about what is going on with my tiredness and all my hospital appointments. Well, as you all know from previous videos, I've been suffering from tiredness for quite a while now. Tiredness, fatigue, loads of other bits. So although initial tests found thyroid cancer, they always told me that actually wasn't the reason why I was feeling so tired. That was just a Brucey bonus, basically. Now, as you'll know from my previous video, I'm also undergoing tests now for sleep apnea. I've got a lovely picture here of me wearing the home sleep kit when I was at home. Now, in addition to the sleep apnea, my cancer consultant accidentally sent me for an MRI scan. It was actually meant for somebody else, but it got put in my name and I had it. So whilst the consultant was very apologetic, basically what's now turned out is they've actually found something on the MRI scan that I was never supposed to have. What happened was, I had my scan, the consultant was very apologetic after realising I never needed it and it was meant for somebody else. But a few weeks later, I then got the results. And what the MRI scan has found, and this is literally the best name for anything you could have, in my brain, they found something called an empty cellar. Yep. That is right, I officially have an empty cellar up top. So yeah, we will see what happens, but it is certainly one of those really interesting moments where you get something that you was never supposed to have had, and by absolute fluke, they find something. So I think that's pretty cool, actually. So the reason why I'm cutting on the lid is basically to save on washing up. By using the lid, I don't have to wash up the board or anything else afterwards. Well, other than the knife and the fork. So once again, I've done my favourite little trick of parking directly under a light. I hadn't realised it was there. I only saw it when I came back. So the advantage of this, as always, means it doesn't really matter if there is any light bleed because the street light will cover it. And also, I was spot on right to move over to this side of the road because, as you can see, yep, the other side of the road is completely empty. So if I would have stayed there, I would have been on my jack. But to be honest, the road is really, really quiet. I mean, I've probably heard one car go past in about 2 hours, and I've only heard about 2 people walk past. So I think we could be in for a rather fantastic night's sleep. It might still be winter, but this car, as you can tell by the fact I'm wearing a t-shirt, is really warm. I mean, I don't think I'm even going to need to wear my heated hoodie or my socks tonight. It is really, really mild in here. But it is time to lay down, relax, and try to watch stuff on my phone, but the 4G reception here is virtually nothing. So yeah, that's not too bad though, because it means all I can do is lie here and relax, and that is one of the best things about car camping, I find, is when you're just sitting in your car on the side of a quiet road, just relaxing in a warm car. Bliss. Well, it's 12 o'clock and it is so warm in the car again. I've actually come out of the sleeping bag, although I'll be very surprised if I stay out of it all night. But I suppose I best go to sleep. So I will see you all in the morning. Night-night. I need to apologise to you all because I lied on the way here. We have got some pretty amazing views. And this is another one of those why I car camp moments. We've got blue skies, sunshine, a super quiet road, amazing sea views, and a lovely fresh breeze coming in. And it is so peaceful. It is so peaceful and so relaxing. I'm in no rush to go anywhere this morning. I'm on annual leave, so I can just lie in bed here at 9:30. And in a minute, I'll get myself up and make some coffee and some breakfast. Now, I was gonna go for a run, but the problem with running is it then kind of means I'm not gonna have breakfast. And I really wanna have my fry up in the car because I missed out last time because I didn't take the cooker. So the fact I've got the stuff with me today, I'm gonna have to prioritise and go for an egg and bacon sarnie, I think. But we can still go for a walk after that, so have no fear. We explored that side yesterday. Today we can explore down this way. And yeah, I think we'll just carry on enjoying this for a few more minutes, and then the next time you see me, the bed will be set up, the food will be out, and we'll be getting on with breakfast. Well, as hard as I found it to drag myself out of bed, I have managed to do just that, and we are all set up and we are ready to have breakfast. Well, of all the places I've ever car camped, this spot is definitely up there with one of the most relaxing places I've ever stayed at. I mean, considering I thought this was just going to be some residential stealth camp with no sea views whatsoever, what we've actually ended up with are probably even better sea views than if we would have been on the seafront. The fact that we can just see the whole horizon is just blue sky, sea and sun, and it is so nice. And the road is so quiet. Normally when you park on a residential road, it tends to be quiet at night, and then in the morning it gets louder when people go to work. Cue Carl. But last night, or this morning, there was nothing. I mean, I don't think I heard a car all night long. A couple of people walked past at normal time, but after that, nothing. And even the morning rush, there was no rush. It was just peace and quiet and the sound of dog walkers going past. It is so unbelievably nice. Right, I'm going to stop nattering and I want to cook because it is now 10:30. I'm hungry and I need some caffeine. So you may remember earlier on I mentioned I got 2 new things for car camping for my birthday. Now you've seen the first one, my rather excellent car camping pantry, but the other thing I got was this. What is this, I hear you say? Well, I'm not going to use it today. I was going to, but I haven't, so I'll use this on the next one. But see if you can work out what that is. And if you can work out what it is, comment below. Well, as you'll know, Mrs. Hobbies is always right. No, she actually always is right. She told me to bring a 4th slice of bread and I said, no, 3 slices is fine. Well, now I wish I had 4 because I have 1 proper sandwich and 1 open sandwich, as the posh shops would call it. Well, it was certainly worth the wait, and dare I say, certainly worth not running for. My first ever egg, bacon and mushroom car camping sandwich. Well, as you can see, I've made a coffee and I have resumed the position. It's just too nice. I'm just really loving just sitting here or laying here and just looking out to sea. What's quite interesting is that I think this is the longest car camp I've ever done so far. I'm pretty sure it is. It's going to be almost 24 hours by the time I leave. How magnificent is this? lovely walk along the beach, and for the first time in ages I got the old drone out, as you saw, which is cool because I always take it with me but I never use it. And just like that, we are back to the car and it is time to go home. I've really enjoyed this car camp. It has been so relaxing. The weather's been fantastic. The park up's been fantastic. And to have 2 different days where we did 2 different things was really nice as well. And I absolutely love coastal park ups anyway. So to have a park up with a view, with an awesome beach and an awesome village and awesome food, it has been rather awesome. So I hope you've enjoyed watching it, and until next time, take care.